good afternoon to you here. We have hot conditions, and I think we're going to be seeing hot conditions remain through Tuesday. Before this morning, I was saying possibly up to 87 degrees, but looks like we may get up to 89 today and 88 for tomorrow. I know that's a 1 degree difference, but hey, I don't make the rules. That's the way it's going to be going. Rest of the work week, though, we're looking at warm conditions where we're going to see possibly middle 80s working in the picture, and then once we get deeper into, say, the weekend, we're looking at a possible 80-degree heat, and then eventually is finishing out the weekend and going into Monday. We could see temperatures just around, say, 75 degrees for La Crosse. Everybody else to the north will probably be much cooler. All right, that being said, you're looking at humid conditions working along much of the seaboard here, eastern seaboard, all the way down to the coast. We're holding on to the possibility of a tropical storm developing there. Dry conditions down to the south here over near the Gulf, and well up to the north, we're looking at snow potential working into Idaho and Montana, getting into Colorado, as well as a deep low pushing some rainfall potential into California, maybe even driving down south and helping out with some of those wildfires. That would be nice. Look at this, a lot churning around the area here. As you can see, we've got high pressure trying to build. We've got a low system, a pressure system getting a little bit closer. And what's that going to do? Well, you can see what's happening. We've got the demarcation line. We've got upper 60s here. You've got some 70s working back up into the north, but you're also holding on to 70s and 80s and 90s all the way stretching down to Texas. So there's a lot of possibility of this huge ridge building up right here. This area of low pressure will start to dig a little bit more to the east, and eventually that'll bring some rainfall up into Canada, possibly even splitting flow here, and then bringing some of that moisture here locally and in aid of what's coming into the Gulf as well as from the east coast in the form of humidity. That happens. We go through Wednesday. You're seeing warm conditions still holding on, and then eventually this ridge still continues to build, bringing more heat back up to the Midwest. That continues to stretch up even more so all the way through Tulsa, Oklahoma, getting back into areas by Omaha, Nebraska, and then working its way all the way into Wisconsin. Then we see conditions still holding on to the warm, but rainfall starting to edge closer as we go from Thursday night into Friday. You can see the area of low pressure all the way digging down into the Four Corners region as well, still pushing all of that down. By the time we get into Sunday, we cool it on down. You're looking at temperatures around, say, 75 degrees with rainfall potential. Well, we get to this storm here, as I mentioned. This is 8 right here. It could possibly become a tropical storm, but right now it's showing that it may just hold on to just a low pressure system right now. This could switch off. Once we get back into it, you're going to see a lot of this moisture working its way back into the east coast and into the northeast and eventually back to us here locally. So we're not going to be seeing much in the way of rainfall as we go through the next few days here, but once we get into Thursday, as I mentioned before, you're going to be seeing a lot of rainfall start to move in the picture in the form of showers going into maybe a storm or two possibly. Here's the look at the rainfall for Thursday going into Friday. Then you see it kind of back off a wee bit. And once it gets out of the way, you're going to be seeing the potential for heavier rainfall moving in the picture, possibly with some storms moving into our future. That being said, we take a gander at what's playing out for us. We go right into this. You're going to be seeing the highs looking like this as we go into the possibility of 89 today, 88 tomorrow. Then we're going to see the possibility of middle 80s to cool down your forecast for just a little bit. Then rainfall comes in the picture for mild on Saturday, and you can see those 80s and, of course, those 70s on the way.
All right, so a little bit of relief finally in view, right? We've got
yeah, it seems to be a little bit of everything. It's like a hodgepodge.
It is for sure a hodgepodge. Yes, thank you, Art.